ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהכל נהיה בדברו.
One of my favorites, Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson, wrote a few days ago something in relation to the birds that are prohibited in the Torah. Even though the Torah does not really mention the reason why we cannot eat the meat of certain animals that are not kosher, nevertheless, some interpreters of our holy writings interpret the reason, and they say, you know why you can't eat the meat of certain animals is because you're going to somehow identify yourself with their nature. For instance, if you eat the meat of a tiger, you'll become terrible as a tiger also. Will become extremely aggressive. So maybe this is the reason why we cannot eat the meat of certain animals. One of the birds that is prohibited according to the Torah has three different designations. It's called Ra'ah, Daya, and Ayah. Why is it called Ra'ah? Because it has extraordinary vision. It can see very far away and precise. Why is it Daya? Because it can fly very high. And why is it called Ayah? Because of the sounds that she emits. Actually, if the reason we cannot eat this bird is because it sees very far away, I think that should be a reason to the contrary, to eat the meat of that bird, because seeing is a very important thing. As a matter of fact, one of the mitzvot in the Torah is that every four-cornered garment has to have tzitzit. You have to put some fringes on the corners. And the Torah says that when you look at the fringes, you'll be reminded of all the mitzvot of the Torah. So you see that seeing is very important. Obviously, it's important. So why is it that we cannot eat the meat of this bird that is called Ra'ah? Rabbi Jacobson says, the problem is because the Talmud says that its vision is so perfect that while in Babylon, it can see a cadaver in Israel. Hundreds of miles away, it has such a precise vision, it can see the cadaver of an animal there. And maybe this is the reason why we can't eat it. What distinguishes Israel? Dead cadavers of animals? Why didn't this bird see the streets flourishing with people, other things? Maybe because it wants to satisfy its hunger. Well, I don't want to become a bird like that. I don't want to see the negative aspects of everything. And there are people that only see the wrong things. They only see a mistake that a son did. They only see that the food wasn't exactly the way he wanted when he came home. There are little things, and we accentuate these things instead of looking at the other thing, the joy of having a son, of having somebody whom you can talk to, relate to, who loves you, whom you love, your wife that makes out of a house, she makes a home. So why are we looking at these little things? People are at work and they feel very unhappy at work because of certain things. On the other hand, your job permits you to have a home, permits you to educate your children. And I'm reminded always what I told one of my grandchildren. Don't do what you love. Love what you do. You have to learn to identify with what you are doing. And if you have a positive attitude in life in general, you will get up in the morning and you will say, Modeh ani lefanecha. I thank you, God, that I woke up this morning, that I can love again, that I can see beautiful nature, that I can smell a flower, that I can contribute something to this world, instead of looking at the difficulties that you have. maybe that is the reason why we cannot eat the meat of this Ra'ah, because she has perfect vision. From Babylon, miles away, hundreds of miles away, she can spot a cadaver in Israel. But what she sees is a cadaver. She doesn't see the beauty of the land of Israel. So learn to see the beauty, the positive things, and you will become a much better human being thereby.